Hey everyone, it's Kaycienikole, and today we're going to go through a mini flow where the focus is going to be on balancing and twists. So we're going to combine them both and play with some fun variations. So we're going to pop right on in. I would suggest having 2 blocks available for today's practice, but you can make do without them if need be. From a comfortable seated position, just begin to close your eyes, stack the spine as tall as you can. Lift the shoulders up, pull them back, and relax them all the way down. Taking just a couple breaths to ground into our bodies today. So let's exhale and just let all of your breath out. Through your nose, begin to breathe in. Expand open from the belly all the way up to the top. Feel your chest open, your upper back. And as you hold at the top of the breath, pause here for just a moment. And then open up your mouth and let it go. One more slow breath in. Take your time as you fill up. Feel everything expand. Holding at the very top of the breath, just give yourself a brief pause. And then open up the mouth and let it go. Now let the breath return to its natural rhythm. And just allow your breath to move in and out of the nose, finding its own pace. And then lightly constrict the airway so you give the breath more of that audible sound, like an ocean wave. And then from here, just gently blink open through your eyes. Interlace the fingers in front of you. And inhale, sweep the palms all the way up and over your head. Once they're over your head, take another breath in, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, relax the shoulder blades down. Inhale, lifting the shoulder blades up. Exhale, relax the shoulder blades down. Now, next breath in, lifting up tall. Exhale, twist open to the right side. Left hand to your right knee, right fingertips to the ground, but keep the weight in the hips. Lifting the spine, deep breath in. And then exhale, twisting open to that right side. Maybe look back over the shoulder. Take 2 more breaths, lifting taller on the inhale and finding a deeper rotation on the exhale. Last one here, full breath in and a full, complete breath out. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Reach the arms high over your head. Feel the spine elongate. And then exhale, twist to the left side. Right hand to left knee. Left fingertips simply touch the floor behind the hips. Lifting deeper on the breath in. And then exhale, rotating on that breath out. Each inhale as you fill up, you're expanding with air. And each exhale as you twist, you're emptying the air and going deeper into the position. Last one here. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Reach the arms up nice and tall. Bend the elbows, pull them back as you open up the chest and just drag the arms all the way down to the sides. We're going to slowly make our way into a tabletop position, coming onto all fours. However you would like to get here, we're just going to open up the spine a little bit more. So from your tabletop, stack the joints. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, chin to your chest, tail tucks, press to the hands and knees, really round and arch through the back. Inhale, drop the belly down, scoop up through your heart, lift up through your hips. Exhaling, rounding back in. Go ahead and take a couple more on your own. Move at your own pace and rhythm. One more here. Coming back to a neutral spine. You can reposition hands and feet as needed. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Make sure you have a nice distance between hands and feet where you have equal weight distribution. If anything, press more weight back into the legs. You can bend the knees as generously as you'd like to get there. And then maybe pedal out your legs or start to shift around a little bit to bring a little more awareness and opening into the body. Move with intention and pay attention to what you feel as you move and shift around in your body. Okay. From here, walk the hands to the feet, coming all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, fold. Let's step the feet as closely together as you're able to. Bend the knees and inhale, chair pose. We're going to invite a little bit of heat in right away. If arms extended feels like too much, hands at heart center is perfectly fine. Wherever you are, feel a little weight shift into your right leg. You can either come up onto your left toes, lifting the heel, or maybe hover your left foot right above the ground. Keep sitting into your chair, one more breath. And then set the left foot down, transfer weight into the left side, lift the right heel, maybe hover the right foot. Deep breath. Setting the foot down, inhale, come all the way up nice and tall. Let's hold here and breathe. Find a focal point in front of you. Let's open the arms up a little wider. Slowly begin to lift the heels up and away from the ground. Now, as you concentrate on your focal point, hold your gaze steady and take one small step forward with one foot. Keep the heels lifted. Start to transfer your weight into that forward foot. Back foot gets light. Don't rush. Feel the back foot hover. And with control, step it in front. Not big steps, little steps. Transfer weight into the front foot. Back foot gets light, hovers, and then steps forward with as much control as possible. Continue on your own, walking your little tightrope here, all the way to the front of the mat. If you lose your balance, no worries. Just come back in. Now, once you're all the way at the top of the mat, lift a little higher up onto the toes. And then melt the heels down, relax your arms, give everything a nice little shake. Okay. So I would recommend if you are going to have blocks, have them somewhere near the front of your mat so they're available to you as we work through this next sequence. Standing at the top of the mat, we're going to start by crossing the left leg over the right. Left leg over the right. So the right leg is in the back, left leg is in the front. Now from here, arms reach over your head. Grab a hold of your left wrist. And as you do, lift it up nice and tall, lengthen through the spine, and lean a little over to the right side. As the hands lean over to the right, feel the hips bow a little bit to the left. If you want a little extra balance, come up onto your left toes and see if you can hover your left foot. Setting that foot back down if it's lifted. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Let the hands drop down either to your blocks or all the way down to the ground. You should feel a nice opening into the outer right hip and down the side of the leg. Folding in a little deeper. Just one more breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Take the hands, catch the waist. Coming all the way up on your next breath in, slow and controlled. Now draw your hands together at your heart center. Feel weight shift into your back foot, your right foot, and slowly begin to lift your left knee up towards your chest. Now slowly kick the leg back as you hinge your upper body forward, coming into a warrior three, and then all the way into a standing split. The hands come down, blocks are to the floor. Walk your hands forward for more balance, or walk the hands in closer to make it more intense. The option is yours. Let's take another breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Draw your heart forward. And from here, we're going to take a big bend into the front knee and a step back with your left foot. So you're in this runner's lunge position. Feel free to reposition your feet as needed here. Now, from this position, we're going to keep a bend into the front knee, find your balance, and inhale, come all the way up into a crescent lunge. Feel the strength and stability from this foundation. And if you don't, Find the foot positioning until you do. Maybe separate the feet the width of the hips rather than walking on that tightrope. Now let's join the hands together at heart center. Long spine breath in. And then exhale, twisting to the right side. You can either hook your elbow to the outside of the knee. If that does not quite feel accessible, just hold the outer knee with your left hand, right hand at your hip, and twist from here. Otherwise, twisting from your prayer twist. Give yourself a couple more breaths. Now, whatever variation you're in, stay. Look down at the floor right in front of you. Start to shift some weight into your front foot and feel the back foot get light as it steps forward to meet the right, coming now into this chair twist. Let's take another breath. Inhale, come up into your chair, unravel to center. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine, deep breath in. Let's step into a plank position. From plank, knees can always come to the ground. Let's take one extra breath. Shifting forward, maybe drop the knees. Exhale, come all the way down to the ground with control. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra, lifting up through your heart. Listen to your body. Just take it to the point where it feels good inside. You're not forcing or straining. And then downward dog, make your way back. Let's walk the hands to the feet. Come all the way back. And then inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. We're just going to come all the way up to standing from here. Reaching up tall, arms stretch high. Hold here, open up the arms a little wider. Elevating the heels. And then take one step forward, slow and control. Transfer weight forward, back foot gets light until you can step the back foot forward with as much control as possible. One step at a time, start to move on your own. Concentrate on your focal point, your drishti. Take your time. Try not to rush. Once you are all the way at the top of the mat, lift up a little bit higher through the heels, and then lower the heels, lower the arms, shake it out. Okay, let's do the other side. Now we're going to cross the right leg over the left leg. Left leg is in back, right leg is in front, squaring through the hips here. Now, let's grab a hold of the right wrist this time. Lift the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in as you lift the spine. And then exhale, lean over to the left side with the upper body. Feel your hips gently arcing over to the right. You can stay right here, or for more balance, hover your right foot. Setting the foot back down, spine lifts up, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold as you hinge, hands drop down to blocks or all the way down to the ground. And just let yourself ease in here. Feel into that space of the outer hip. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, catch the waist with your hands. Core is engaged. Inhale, come all the way up. Pause here, find a focal point. Hands at heart center. Feel weight start to shift into your back leg and lift your right knee up towards your chest. From here, slowly kick the leg back as you hinge your upper body forward. Warrior 3, just briefly. And then lower into standing splits. Hands come to your blocks or to the ground. Draw yourself in to that edge that feels appropriate for you here. If you're still easing in, be gentle. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Bend your standing leg and take a big step back with your right foot. Now remember, we're going to set up for crescent lunge. So maybe walk the left foot out a little bit wider, separate your feet the width of your hips, and inhale, come up. crescent lunge. Nice and strong in your foundation. Find the footing first. Then as you lift tall from here, you're going to feel a lot more strength from the foundation. Let's join the hands together at heart center. Long spine, breath in. And then exhale, twisting to the left side. Remember, either hook elbow to outside of the knee or right hand to the knee, left hand to the waist and twist here. Both of them are twists. Both of them are helping to stay in alignment. Just choose the one that actually feels appropriate for you. One more breath. Now, wherever you are, just look down. Find a focal point. Feel weight shift forward as you come up onto the back toes and step your right foot forward to meet the left, coming into your chair twist. One more breath. Inhale, come to center. Reach your arms up, chair pose. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's drape it down. Halfway lift, breath in. Step back into a plank position. From plank, one extra breath. And then begin to shift your weight forward, maybe drop the knees. Exhale, lower half, roll all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And just briefly, child's pose. Sink back and breathe. Okay. We're going to go through one last little flow. And through this flow, we'll have some variation to play with. Please choose what's appropriate for you. Okay. When you're ready, let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Looking forward, this time step or hop, come to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Reaching up tall, open up the chest at the top. And then join your hands down together, heart center. Okay, just briefly here, let's take the hands behind the back. And as you interlace your fingers, just draw the knuckles down, reach them away from the back as much as you can, and just open up your ribs and chest. Give yourself one extra breath here. Nice. Slowly release the clasping of the hands. Roll the shoulders forward and up. And exhale, roll them all the way back and down. Okay. So this is where we're going to play with the variations once we step back into a position. So we're going to flow into it a little bit differently than we did the last time. We're going to cut out the beginning stages here. So hands at heart center. Weight into your right leg. Left knee lifts towards the chest. Find your focal point. And then exhale, slowly hinge forward. Warrior 3. Extend the left leg back long. Take a breath in. And then standing splits, hands lower. Top leg lifts as high as you'd like. Let's take another breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, big step back with your left foot. Separate the feet as much as needed. Inhale, come up. Crescent lunge. Now, as you come up into your crescent lunge, take the hands together at heart center. Long spine, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right side. Now, whatever variation you're in, stay. You have the option, if your elbow is hooked to the outer leg, maybe open up the arms. If you'd like to take a half bind, drop the top arm to the lower back. And if you'd like to take a full bind, bottom arm rotates in, hands can connect. Okay, this is not required. You can stay in any of the other variations with your arms. Okay, now stay in your variation, look down, step your back foot forward. Okay, now I'm going to undo my bind a little bit so you can see. I'm going to take you to the most modified variation. Hand at the knee, hand at the waist. Now, once you step the left foot forward, transfer weight into your left leg. Try to stand it straight. Come up onto your right toes, and then slowly peel your right foot off the ground, coming up into your twist in a balance. If you're in prayer twist, stay in your prayer twist. Keep the elbow connected to the knee as you come up onto the toes and all the way up. If you're bound, okay, well, if you're bound here, when you step forward, transfer weight and come up from here. If you want more, you can extend the leg out. One more breath. If the leg's extended, rebend. Slowly lower your right foot. Open up the arms if they're bound. And forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Plant the hands, step or hop back. Take your vinyasa, flowing from high plank to low. Heart lifts on the inhale. And a brief child's pose in between sides. Sink in, release any excess heat. Okay. One more side to go. When you're ready, let's come into downward dog. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Exhale, look forward, step or hop to the front. Halfway lift, breath in. And exhale, fold. Inhale up to standing, reaching up tall. And then join your hands together, heart center. All right. With your hands at your heart, weight into your left leg, lift your right knee to your chest, concentrate on your drishti. As you hinge your upper body forward, extend your right leg back, warrior three. Slowly lower your hands, blocks are to the ground, standing splits. One breath here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, big step back with your right foot. Find your balance. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Now, hands together, heart center. Lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, twist to the left. Hand to knee, hand to hip. Hands in prayer. If your hands are in prayer, maybe open up the arms. If you want to take a half bind, top arm to your lower back. Full bind, bottom arm weaves underneath. Hands connect. Not required. Okay, I'm going to take a different variation this time. Now, from here, look forward. Step your back foot forward. Transfer weight into your right leg. Come up onto your left toes. Push your right leg straight as you come up. Try to stay connected in the twist. Stay here or extend the left leg. Breath. Rebend the knee. Lower the foot back to the ground. Undo the bind if you have one. Inhale to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. And take your vinyasa. Find your way back to child's pose. Sinking in, breathing, and regrounding. Any of that excess heat that you feel trapped inside of your body, just open up your mouth and let it go. Until you're able to re-regulate your breath. Take just a few more here. That was not an easy flow. It might have been quick, but not easy. Okay. Slowly come all the way up. You can sit off to a side, sweep the legs around, find a nice comfortable seat, drop back onto the hands, and just sway your knees from side to side. We're going to grab a block, take it with us, and come down onto your backs. As you come down onto your back, bend the knees, walk the feet in towards the hips, lift the hips off the ground and take the block at one of the lower two settings underneath your sacrum. Now, as the block comes to the sacrum, make sure it's flat to the ground, nice and stable. Holding here for just 3 to 4 breaths as you let your lower back melt open. You let that decompression start to take place. Try to disengage as much as possible so you feel that full support of the block. One more breath here. Alrighty, from here, right knee hugs in, quick little hug to the chest. Stretch your left leg long, reach out through the foot. And as you pull your knee to your chest, maybe that left foot hovers off the ground. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it stays on the floor, but feel that right amount of opening across the front of that left hip. One more breath. Gently release. Feet to the floor. If you need to bend the knees and windshield wiper a little bit, you can. And then we're going to do the other side. When you're ready, hug the left knee to your chest and then stretch your right leg out long. And the more you pull the knee to the chest, the more weight you take off the right leg. Maybe it stays on the ground, but maybe it hovers. Wherever you are, try to relax some tension from your face and from your shoulders. And just take a couple more breaths here. Gently release, set both feet to the ground. Bend the knees, walk the feet in, just gentle little sways. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, coming into a supported candlestick position, and just go ahead and roll out your ankles here. We did a lot of balancing on the feet, so we'll just kind of work out any of the tension from the ankles. Go ahead and spread the toes as wide as you can, and then curl them in super tight, and just feel the differences. Bend and straighten the ankles. Play with all the movements. Bend the knees, set the feet to the ground. Lift the hips, remove the block, and then lower all the way down, block out of your way. Sway your knees from side to side. And we're going to finish with a very gentle twist. So feet open up the width of the mat, arms out to the sides, and then let your knees swivel to the right side. If you want a little extra, place your right foot on top of the left thigh and just let it help to open up your lower back. Couple deep breaths. Foot to the ground if it's lifted, knees to center, and then all the way to the left. Same option, maybe left foot on top this time. Couple breaths. And then set the foot back down, knees back to center. Curl into a tight little ball here for a moment. Squeeze in nice and tight. We will be taking a mini Shavasana today. So if you want a longer Shavasana, hit pause now and take as long as you'd like. Otherwise, go ahead and release your body all the way out. Let your legs open, let your arms open. Take up space. Feel space across the chest. One deep breath together. So release your breath out first. And then take a slow breath in, expand through the entire body. Hold at the top of the breath. And then open up the mouth and let it go. If you need anything else to help you settle in, take it. Otherwise, just for the next minute or so, just simply allow yourself to enjoy the stillness. Now slowly begin to deepen your breath. Let some movement come back into your body for the next 3 breaths, any way that feels good for you. Maybe that's rolling things out. Maybe that's stretching full body, arms over your head, shifting around a little bit. And then when you're ready, let's pull the knees to the chest, hug them in, sway yourself a bit side to side. And then roll over to a side of your choice, using your top hand to help press yourself all the way up into a comfortable seat. Seating of your choice, eyes are closed, spine lengthens, and hands joined together at heart center. Thank your bodies for all that they do for you. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Thank you. Thank you. Open up your eyes when you're ready. Whew, that one got my blood flowing. So hopefully it did the same for you. I don't want anyone to feel pressured to have to go into these super crazy deep variations with the binds and everything. It's just there to help accommodate all levels. So beginners all the way to intermediate. You're going to find something that works for you, even all the way up to advanced. Okay. So play with it. Do what feels good for you, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. Thank you so much. Looking forward to practicing with you again soon.